Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kristen and it's the spookiest time of the year, so what better time to do a spooky book tag? So let's get started. Alright, so today I'm going to do a spooky book tag for you guys. October is one of my favorite times of the year. I love pumpkin patches. I love Halloween. I love everything to do with it. I love decorating for fall. So I wanted to do a another fall themed book tag because I know I did a fall book tag already, but it's October, it's Halloween, spooky book tag time. Okay, so I have the all the questions right here. So if I'm looking down, that's why. And yeah, let's get started. So the first one is Corn Maze. What book had you confused and lost from the very beginning? And this was hard for me. And I went back and I was like looking at books and like trying to figure out which one I could choose for this one. And I chose When the Lights Go Out because I had heard a bunch about this book and heard that it was good. And then when I started reading it and I wasn't hooked on the main character, and it just was a bit of a jumble for me and a little confusing, and I just didn't get into it. So that one I'm going to go with because just from the very beginning, I don't know, I wasn't into it, I guess. I did not put it down, but I would say if I had to choose one, I'm going to go with that one because I was a little confused and the main character was just, I don't know. All right, number 2, Haunted House. What book has the creepiest setting? And I don't think you can get much creepier than The Shining, because if you have read Stephen King and you have read like a lot of his books that have been adapted into movies, you know that like you can think the movie is creepy all you want to, but the way that he writes his settings and the way that he writes period is just like, I don't know, spine tingling. I used to be super into Stephen King, like way into Stephen King, and I think one Christmas I asked my dad, that's all I wanted, and he went to a used bookstore and like I think I got a stack this big Christmas morning. But yeah, the way he writes, and I would say The Shining, like I don't know. The movie is creepy. Jack Nicholson is the worst, but the best. But the book and the way that he writes his settings are just, they're very vivid and they're very freaking creepy. So I'm gonna go with The Shining on this one. All right, Ghost Boyfriend. Who is your eternal book boyfriend? And I know I have been on an ACOTAR kick here lately, and I am so sorry, but I'm gonna go with Recent from A Court of Mist and Fury, or I mean, I liked him in A Court of Thorns and Roses and hated myself for it. And then like luckily after I started reading the rest, I'm like, oh, okay, it's okay that I love him. It's all right. So I'm gonna go with him. I know I've been on that kick lately. I cannot help it. It's on my brain. If I had to choose one, probably most definitely would go with him. I'm sorry. I just would. Can't blame me. He's awesome. Next, Caramel Apple Suckers. Best dang Halloween book ever. Gonna be cheesy. I'm gonna go with the best Halloween movie and go with the best book that goes with that movie, and Hocus Pocus. Love it. I love the book because I don't know, I can still picture everything in my mind. I can read that at any time, but I'm gonna go with that being the best Halloween book. Because I really don't read a lot of scary or Halloween type books. It's not what I like, I guess. And I kind of freak myself out, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't like reading scary stuff when I'm alone. So that would be one reason why, but I'm gonna definitely go with Hocus Pocus as the best Halloween book ever. Next, Vampires and Everything. What is your least favorite Halloween trope? And this one was hard for me too because like I said, I don't really read a whole lot of like Halloween-ish stuff. And so if I had to choose one, I would go with vampires just because I think they're overdone. And I don't think that, I don't know, unless they're done, they have to be done really, really well for me to get into them. At the time that I read Twilight, I was younger, and I definitely got into it, and I definitely want to read her new one. But I don't know, it's gotta, like, I have read some vampires since then, and just, I don't know, it's just, I think it's overdone a lot, and it has to be done really well. And I don't like vampires that aren't, like, creepy at all. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Salem's Lot is all about vampires, and it is the creepiest crap I've ever read in my life. And if it's going to be done, it should be done in that way. I don't know. That's just, I'm going to go with that one. Not to say that I don't like some vampire books. I do. I just think it's overdone a little bit. So if I had to choose one, I would go with vampires. And the next one is Pumpkin and Everything, your favorite Halloween trope. So if I had to go with something, I'd probably go with like haunted houses, and creepy places like that. I can get into that. I can get into a creepy place with a backstory, and like, you know, I can get into that. But like I said, I don't read a whole lot of like spooky stuff. Maybe I will start. I don't know. Some people that I follow have been posting a lot of good stuff this month that's making me kind of want to. So maybe I will. We'll have to see about that. Okay, next is Evil Incarnate, the most evil villain. And I'm going to go with Amarantha from A Court of Thorns and Roses. Yes, it's been on my mind, but I'm just thinking back, and like, I can't think of many villains besides like Voldemort that would be the worst. Although I am very, very close to just, I would say Amarantha, or I would say Dolores Umbridge. Because she, I don't know, having to choose between Voldemort and Dolores, like, that's a struggle. Because she's, you know what, like, I can't even. So, I don't know. But I am going to stick with Amarantha from Court of Thorns and Roses, because she just embodies evil, I guess. I don't know. I don't like her. Next. Ouija Board, a book that messes with things that you don't want to be involved in. I kind of don't know about this one either. I went with Ninth House because it's a lot of like ghosts and things like that, and weird stuff like, I don't know, operating on people that are crazy. I don't know. It had a lot of stuff that I wouldn't want to be into. So, gonna go with Ninth House on that one, because for sure lots of stuff I would not want to be into on that one. For sure. Next is Full Moon. What character do you turn into in the full moon? Luna Lovegood is my spirit animal. Just gonna go on and say it. Already got my Halloween costume. I'm a teacher, so we dress up, and she will probably be my go-to every single school year, because, yeah, just don't know why I've never done it before, but she is my spirit animal. Love Luna. Will always love Luna. I am so into Luna. So that have to be my answer for that one. Next, All Hallows Eve. The other world and this world have meshed for one night. What book world would you love to be swept up in? Caraval, for sure. Because as much as I don't think I would like probably survive that kind of world, because I am like a chicken, and like, I don't know, I think I'm pretty smart, but like, I don't guess I'm clever the way I think you would have to be to play the game in Caraval, but I just love the world that Stephanie Garber just created. And every time when I was reading it, like, I could vividly see everything. It's just so cool. And so if I had to choose, I would go with that one. Next, Voodoo Doll. What author would you love to take control of and make them write you anything you want? Go right back. I'm gonna say Sarah J. Maas, because I have just finished reading Assassin's Blade, the Throne of Glass novellas, and I, of course, Court of Thorns and Roses. And I love her writing style, and I'm loving everything that I'm reading from her. So right now, I would for sure go with Sarah J. Maas. Next, Black Cat. What red flags do you look for when first starting a book? I don't know. If I start a book and it's automatically girl meets boy, girl likes boy thing, I don't know. That kind of gets me a little bit, I guess, because I don't like when people are like it starts off and you're automatically into each other and you don't, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I want there to be some like work involved, I guess, or I don't know, it turns out to be who you don't think it's going to be. I like those kind of books. I'm not into like, oh, we see each other and you automatically know, oh, they're going to end up together by the end of the book. I don't exactly want that for sure, because I want there to be some like work involved, some surprises involved, I guess. I don't know. And next, Witch's Brew, a book that had a lot of different components thrown in, but the result was magical. And for this one, I'm going with Year One by Nora Roberts. There was a lot going on in that book, and there's a lot of different like fantastical characters and components. And I thought it came together really well. I am planning to read the second one soon. But yeah, I would say that one's really good. I also have not read a lot of adult fantasy books. And so this really was only one of the like few that I have actually read. And I really, really enjoyed it. So yes, Year One by Nora Roberts. And then last it says tag people. I'm going to do what I always do and just say, go for it, guys, because it's fun. And I would love to hear your answers. I would also love to hear some recommendations on some spooky books that are not super spooky. They won't freak me out when I am home alone at night reading, because after my kids go to bed, that's when I read and it's nighttime and I'm not super into scaring myself to where I can't sleep. So if you have any suggestions, please post them below. And yeah, so I will catch you guys next time.